Zorn would go on to say dirty things that he knew about her friend's marriage, about Eugenio's escapades, and other intimate matters that Leocadia had told her in difficult moments. Believing her to be her confidant, now everything was over. She left that house humiliated, but she would get even. Leocadia remained sitting on the bed, staring at nothing. Aside from the routine discussions with Maria Elena, she had never challenged a situation with another person in that tone. She had always been more reserved and controlled. She was surprised by the attitude she had had with Isarinia, but her friend had crossed the line, and now she wanted to change. She was tired of living on appearances. Leocadia wanted to be free to think and act. She came to the conclusion that her marriage had been a mistake from the beginning, and now she didn't want to know about any man. She was only interested in taking care of herself. Of course, she lied to Isarinia, because she didn't even know what she was going to do on New Year's Eve, nor did she realize that the end of the year was near. She remained thoughtful for a while, and soon after fell asleep. It was late afternoon when she was awakened by a loving kiss on her cheek. She woke up smiling. She knows that sent from afar. Dear son, Mario hugged her and lay down beside her. I miss you in bed, my son. You haven't been home anymore. This smells like a skirt to me. He laughed. It's true, Mom. I've been meaning to tell you for a while now. Leocadia turned her face to her son. He looked a lot like Eugenio. He was beautiful, just like his father had been in his youth. I felt a hint of jealousy, but I knew that one day he would find someone and move on with his life. I was just afraid that Mario, with such a pure heart, would get involved with any woman. Needless to say, he must be head over heels. He said, I'm finally here. How do you know? You would never say something like that to your mother if you weren't sure. You know how I am, a queer believer, and I couldn't bear the idea of seeing you in the arms of any woman. But your little eyes are bright and alive. I feel that it's something special. You're very special, Mom. I'm in love, and it's been a while. Why didn't you tell me anything before? You were taking care of yourself, recovering from the separation. You started reading the books I brought you, and it was changing. Until Maria Helena told me that she thinks you're different. Leocadia smiled. Your sister is also calmer. She's been going out with a guy called Gustavo. Is that his name? Is that right? You're also in love. Did you see how love changes people? It must be true. Looking at you and your sister, I see that you're happier, more calm. It's for the love of God. I wish I could find out. I never truly loved, and my dad never loved him. Definitely not. I felt passion, even though we were physically attracted. Only deep down, I always knew that I didn't love your father, and that one day the separation would happen. I just didn't want to see it out of convenience. I preferred illusion to truth. I always thought that the truth hurt, and now, years later, I discovered that the truth doesn't hurt, and in fact, we suffer from our own illusions. And you know what? I'm tired of suffering from giving birth to a living dead. The other day, I looked at myself in the mirror and almost broke it with rage. Mario laughed at your mother's exaggeration. It's true, my son. You've seen my wedding photos several times. You know how beautiful I was. I want to recover my beauty. I want to rescue the tomboy Leocadia, who had an opinion on everything. I drove my mom crazy with my behavior, and even gave Grandma a hard time. And since I walked barefoot, I didn't care. The label liked to bathe in the waterfall naked. Mom, the lady's swimming naked. I can't believe it. Leocadia got a little red, but she felt so good next to Mario that she kept talking. I was really loose. Then came the pregnancy, the marriage, and as soon as you were born, I couldn't stand the relationship with your father anymore. But what could I do? I didn't have the strength to get divorced. At that time, there was no divorce. I kept going, fading away, getting old, and as a mother, I could no longer arouse interest in other men. That was possible, so I gained weight and stopped taking care of my appearance. Now I want to make up for lost time, and you were my best encouragement. Your help has been fundamental. Now, Mom, I adore you. I know that behind that scarred face, there's a vibrant woman. I didn't know she was so naughty. She said, laughing, I want to live better. Contact with spirituality has shown me that life is eternal, And for that reason, I can change whenever I want. Nothing is lost. Before, I thought I was old and there was no point in fighting anymore. There was no point in changing anymore. Today, I realize that I can change at any moment. We are reborn every minute according to our choices. I have such a desire to change that I refuse an invitation to spend New Year's Eve with Isarinia. In fact, I elegantly kicked her out of the house. Mario was stunned. "I can't believe it," he said, pretending to take his mother's temperature, placing his hand on Leocadia's forehead. "She doesn't have a fever." He cut ties with Dona Isarinia. "It seems so. How do you feel?" "I lost this friendship at the same time as I lost it in my marriage with your father. I don't want any more fruitless relationships in my life." "Mom, I'm so happy with your attitude." "She was just lying, saying that she would spend a wonderful New Year's Eve by your side." "How did I lie? We can spend New Year's Eve together. What do you think? You're dating, and it's been years since we spent New Year's Eve together. I turn to tell the truth. I'm tired of parties. I'd rather stay in my corner. I'll take advantage and start the year differently than in previous years. I could spend New Year's with me and Clarice." "Oh, so that's the girl's name. Is that the same person I wanted to arrange a dinner here at my house? So you can get to know her better? Your father already knows her. Yes, she's his secretary." Leocadia felt a small tightness in her chest. She remembered the words of Father Main and Isarinia. Could it be possible? Mario noticed a change in his mother's expression. Something. What was it? She tried to push the thought away, making a broad gesture with her hands. As much as she wanted to feed her mind with negative thoughts, she couldn't imagine her son dating a girl who could be Eugenio's lover. This showed that Father Main was wrong. I saw her son's face, so bright, that I couldn't bear to imagine hearing such barbarity some time ago. "Let's do this. Bring the girl to dinner here at my house tomorrow. Is that okay?" "Tomorrow, why not?" "I don't know. Mom, I need to know if Clarice is committed. I'll call now and confirm." "You'll love her. I can already see that I'll be alone. We're never alone." Mom doesn't believe in her strength. She doesn't believe in friends. Invisible and in the strength that God gives us, then how can you say that you will be alone? I wouldn't like to stay here in this big house. I think it's a waste. I know that you always like this big house. Smart girl. I already know where you want to go. That's why you don't want to date. Do you want to be by my side? Do you want to live with me even if you're married? Leocadia lowered her head, felt embarrassed. She gave a positive sign. "If you let me, I promise that I won't interfere in your life at all. Of course, first I need to meet the girl and see if we'll get along." "Okay, Dona Leocadia, I'll call and confirm. I'm sure you'll love it. Clarice, I hope." Aitor researched and evaluated several prospects, but he wasn't used to that. He didn't know what. "I want the best," Rita said. "Rita," the girl was all insinuating, "Binho, you're so elegant you can hardly choose. Can I make a suggestion?" "Sure," he said, shaking her hand. "This package includes New Year's Eve in Guanabara Bay. Imagine watching the fireworks in the middle of the sea and far from that crowd. And you'll be accompanied only by elegant people like artists, politicians, high society people, even. What's more, the company offers a dinner right after the fireworks at a very trendy restaurant. You'll be taken by limousine in groups of 4. You'll only have to wear a tuxedo. There's a no, but I'll rent it for an hour. What's more, oh, you run a big risk of appearing in the newspapers the next day. If you want, I can put some resources together and talk to a photographer friend who'll be at the event. He can take some pictures of you next to some famous person and then make up some nonsense for a footnote. It'll make so many people jealous." That completely seduced Aitor in his mind. Rubinho and his gang opened the newspaper at New Year's Eve and saw your face prominently displayed, hugging some actress or socialite. That would be the best. And he would make his fake friends swallow the image they had of him. He took the checkbook out of his wallet. "You can tell me, Rita. This is the package I want. But you'll give me a discount. Won't you?" "Oh, I don't know. I'll see what I can do." She got up and went to talk to the store manager. She came back with triumphant. "I got a 10% discount." "Okay, you're good. The deal is done." Hyder filled out the check and got the reservation ticket. He waited for Rita to finish the job, and they went to a motel. That was it. He could do whatever he wanted with his life. He no longer had Myrna, but he could go out with whoever he wanted. Rita and any other woman could satisfy her as much as that ordinary woman. And 2 weeks later, everyone would be surprised to see his photo in the society columns of Rio's main newspapers. Chapter 23. Clarice arrived a little apprehensive. She knew Leocadia was very close to her son. She was afraid of not pleasing her. Mario spent the whole way saying that his mother had changed a lot and wouldn't be rude. Leocadia waited for them in the winter garden. Also feeling apprehensive upon hearing the noise of the son's car, ran to the entrance hall. "Mother, we arrived. They're late. We got caught in heavy traffic. We almost gave up." "Don't even mention it. This is Clarice," he said with a charming smile on his lips. Leocadia had an excellent impression of the young woman. I felt an immediate liking for her. I had never liked the few girlfriends Mario had brought home, but this girl was different. She was impeccably dressed and had a charming smile. "How are you, dear? Nice to meet you. The pleasure is all mine. Dona Leocadia, your son talks so much about you that I was dying of curiosity. He talks so much about me, good or bad, only positive comments, that you are the best mother in the world." Leocadia was overjoyed with happiness. That's really typical of Mario. You know, when he was 10 years old, at a school presentation for Mother's Day. And so Leocadia went to the dining room, holding Clarice's arm, telling her about her son Clarice's adventures and jokes, and listening to everything. Enchanted, she had also really liked Leocadia. Mario watched from a distance, his mouth open. He had never seen his mother treat a girlfriend who was actually a friend of his in such a cordial way. He shook his head from side to side and hugged Elizabeth. He realized that my mother, he came in with Clarice and went straight to the table. He didn't even take me with him. Your mother is changing every day that passes. When she kicked Dona Isorinia out of here, I thought she was out of her mind. So she started changing some housekeeping rules, rearranging the furniture in the rooms, and taking more care of everything, her appearance. Oh, Mario, I'm so happy. I love your mother. I thought she wouldn't be able to handle the blow of the separation. She's so different. And this girl now seems like their mother and daughter. I've never seen my mother so close to a stranger. When Mario arrived in the dining room, he was astonished once again. The two were sitting next to each other, talking nonstop. Lizette had made a spot-on comment, because Leocadia and Clarice really did seem like mother and daughter. After dinner, which was pleasant, they went to the reading room. Leia served liquor to everyone. "Let's make a toast." Mal and Clarice picked up their glasses and clinked them lightly, making Tim. "I sincerely realize that my Phoba is a precious jewel, and I hope that this jewel can be part of the family. Welcome, Clarice." The girl was moved, hugged, leered, and kissed her on the face. "Thank you. I feel honored to be part of the family. I love you very much." "Great. So don't waste time and hurry up with the paperwork. After all, why wait any longer?" The three laughed. Mario put his arm around his mother's shoulders. "If it were up to me, I would get married today. I confess that I have always loved this house. I have lived here, although I travel a lot. Here are my roots. You know, I need to come to an understanding with Clarice first. I don't know what we will decide in terms of housing. Live here." Now Clarissa intervened. "I don't think it's fair, Dona Leocadia. The house is yours. You have your hand in everything. I know you are very close to Mario, but we don't want to invade your privacy. Imagine, girl, this house is very big. There is room for us and for others who will come," she said, giving a naughty wink to her son. "Mom, what's up?" "Maria Helena is getting married soon. I have a nose for these things. We have so many rooms in this house. We can live in harmony. Since I won't interfere, I'll take care of myself. I've already thought about it. You two get married. You'll go on your honeymoon. When you return, the house will be ready for you. I'll travel for a while so you can adapt peacefully to married life in this house. Then I'll come back and we'll sort things out. What do you think, Mom? You've already planned everything. I don't know what I have to say. I'll throw the hot potato in Clarissa's hands. She's the one who will decide. Clarice finished sipping her liquor and almost choked. "There's no point in putting such a responsibility in my hands," he said, laughing. "My daughter, think about it for as long as you want. Show her the house. I guarantee you'll fall in love. Come on, I'll take you to every room." Mario objected. "I'll stay here alone." "Go, my son. Lend your girlfriend to me for a little while. But then you can stay with her all night if you want." "Mom, come on, Clarice. Come with me. You'll see how beautiful this house is." It is one of the most beautiful buildings in Laranjeiras. And so the two walked, and Clarice observed each room with interest, each piece of furniture. The house was very beautiful. The rooms were spacious, and the decoration was tasteful. Leocadia, although still looking shabby, was a refined woman. Clarissa explained the origin of the furniture, the styles, and finally, she spoke firmly and enchanted the young woman, determined to increase her cultural baggage. Mario restrained himself. He put on some music on the record player and began to imagine himself with Clarice, both living in that house as husband and wife. His mother was right. If Clarice wanted, they could hurry up with the banns and get married soon. They were old enough to skip the Christmas dance. When they said goodbye, Leocadia insisted, "I really want you to come and be with us. Clarice, it will be wonderful to spend Christmas together." "I would love to," Dona Leocadia, "but my aunt is coming from Minas Gerais to spend Christmas with me." "Bring her too. It will be a pleasure. We'll see. I don't promise anything, but the Christmas is set. We will spend it together." "Okay, my daughter, come back soon. I already miss you." They said goodbye, and it was with joy that Clara got into the car and said, "I don't believe in spells, but you did some work, some kind of dispatch. My mother is head over heels for you. She fell in love at first sight. I say the same, dear. I loved your mother. I don't know how she and Maria Helena had their differences. They're identical, birds of a feather. You know how it is." Clarice laughed out loud, then said, "Maria Helena is softer. I think she'll soon move to Gustavo's house. Who knows? Maybe we'll all get married at the same time. You and I, Maria Helena and Gustavo. Aloy and Rubinho could have a beautiful party at home. Did you see the size of the backyard? Is it true? Behind there is a huge garden and hall. Imagine the wedding around the pool. It would be beautiful. I love the house, Mario. It's wonderful. I really liked it. I can't say anything because I also love this house. It has such good energy. I also felt your mother takes care of the house with a lot of love. She may not have had a happy marriage or taken care of her appearance, but no one can complain about the house." And changing the subject, "Would you really agree to live there with me and my mother? What's the problem?" "I don't know. It almost never works out, so one ends up invading the other space, and you've seen what happens. It's rare for a mother-in-law and her husband to live in harmony, as long as they don't fight with each other. Do you think you'll be fighting over me with Mom? There are things that only she can give you, but there is something," said Clarice maliciously, "that only I can give you. So we're kites. I loved your mother. I think we'll get along very well. I see her as a companion. You and I are going to get married, but I want to keep working. She can help me raise the children. Everything will be fine." Mario suddenly pulled over the car and stopped. "What was it?" she asked, scared. "Nothing. I wanted to say that I love you now more than ever." He kissed her on the lips repeatedly. Clarice gave her a kiss after many caresses and vows of love. She said, "Let's get out of here. It's late, Sleep. With me tonight. If you hadn't asked me, I would have begged them." They laughed. Clarissa leaned her head back on the car seat and let her thoughts parade through her mind. Her life was getting better and better. She felt like she was living a fairy tale. She gave a spontaneous and sincere thank you to God for living that way. The days went by quickly at Pallida. The employees soon forgot the incident, as the Christmas basket and the collective vacation made them completely forget that sad episode. Myrna had recovered and acquired emotional balance. The sessions with Adio brought her lucidity and clarity. She was now able to identify her destructive thought patterns and eliminate them through constant exercises that brought her satisfactory results. Despite this, she still had some relapses. She wanted a healthy and lasting love life, but no matter how much she did her exercises and meditations, She still felt afraid to open up and talk about herself without shame. The only person who knew her 100% was God. With him, there was only the therapeutic bond. Everything became easier, and if she had to be truthful with whomever she was. Emotionally involved in this thought, Mira was sweating so much with worry. She would become close to Clarice and Aloy, and it was very easy to find the three of them talking and going out together for lunch. Myrna was still uncomfortable living in Aloya's house, and Rubinho felt like an intruder, and so he intensified his search for an apartment. It was on one of these days of searching that she found Perval. She had just said goodbye to the real estate agent and was crossing Avenida Nossa Senhora de Copacabana when he asked her, "How have you been?" She recognized the voice and turned her face back. "Very well, Percival. And you, how are you?" "It's been a while since I've seen you at the company." "I'm fine. After that incident, I decided to keep Red and the shorts. He prefers to dedicate himself more to the company and decided that the board meets only once a month." "Oh, what a shame. I'd like to see you more often. In fact, I didn't even thank you for what you did for me." "I didn't do anything." "Don't be modest, Perval. You didn't even consider what the office staff would think of you, even with all that confusion. You said you were my boyfriend. That served to command respect. No one else opened their mouth. As far as I know, I'd do it again if necessary." Percival spoke without taking his eyes off mine. She felt a wave of heat rise from her belly and invade her chest. She let out a small sigh of emotion and tried to change the course of the conversation. "See how my appearance has improved? You're radiant and beautiful. I confess that I almost didn't greet you. You look very different." "Thank you. I've improved a lot, and the peace I've been feeling lately has helped me maintain my balance. I improve every moment, whether at work or in friendships. All I need is a partner." Mina shook her head. "I would like that, but I suffered a lot. I'm in therapy, and I believe that soon I'll overcome the traumas and be able to have a healthy love life.